Got us a team one with Sojiro gonna be first up as a Fury Warrior immediately getting disarmed by Fastest, playing out that assassination. Yo, did you guys see assassination burst in 9.2 in a recent video? These guys are looking insane. I wonder what Fastest is playing for the Covenant. Most likely Necro Road. I believe it's going to be Sojiro dropping down the health quite a bit. Getting shot by Fastest with a Vendetta. Does Sojiro go for defensive? It's going to be no trigger, but Enrage Regeneration will be enough to keep him alive. Evasion out of Fastest. Trying to deny Sojiro any kind of healing. Going to be that Fear to lock the Rogue down and CC for a second. Quick blind Sojiro choosing to trigger the last second. Fastest does go for a vanish. He's keeping up with him with a Blade Storm. Going to be that Slime Shield covering Fastest, so he should be able to escape out of here. Flash Scout while Sojiro is running places somehow. I'm surprised he gets sapped. I guess it is like a moving Fleshcraft, not a CC immunity Fleshcraft. So for Fastest, I guess it is a way to interrupt the Fleshcraft. In a way, gonna be Zerkers out of Sojiro at the last few seconds of that sap in case he might be able to get the Rogue out. Fastest with yet another disarm. And it's going to be the Rogue taking a bit of damage, though, as Sojiro. Once he gets his weapons back, it should be quite a lot of damage for him. Going to be a big wreck right now. Full Banner. That's going to be Fastest without a defense. Trying to shut us up the Warrior, but look, oh my god. I was expecting a big execute, but it's just a straight up whirlwind at the end. Taking him out with Kiosko up next, as Kiosko setting in the pet Sojiro immediately. Going to be Reflect for Sojiro in case there's a freezing trap waiting for him, but instead it's going to be a stun. Flank strike by Kiosko, doing quite a number on Sojiro. Going to be that freezing trap to fall, and now that he knows there's no more Reflect, and it's going to be a quick manic banner, just Kiosko looking to recover. Sojiro needs to find a way just to either continuously hit the pet or the hunter in order to recover health. Does get Enrage Regeneration back up, so that cooldown is rolling back in, so it's going to give him a little bit of that survivability, damage reduction, plus the healing. Going to be able to almost avoid the Steel Trap Blade Storm to free himself. And Kiosko likely already has a freezing trap set up. Sojiro, does he go for Reflect early? Looks like he doesn't want to burn it. He's being extra careful. A trap around the corner. Sojiro has no idea if that's a freezing trap or a steel trap. Does pop Reflect, but it's going to be a charge trap waiting for him. So next time Kiosko with a freezing trap could set up CC on Sojiro. Does get the skill shots back to back, pressuring the Warrior. Quick Fear by the Warrior, though, is going to be attacking Kiosko to get some healing. Manic bandages as Kiosko looking for that recovery. Kiosko at this point should be getting a stun sometime soon. Another skill trap to separate the two. Kiosko getting those proc of lucky kill shots back to back, doing a number to this Warrior, putting in the pressure trick out of that stun. Sojiro uses Reflect already, needs to get himself a little bit more healing to survive this. Is getting whatever healing he can off of that pet as he's getting himself a full flesh cuff back up, so it's going to give him a little bit of that survivability here. That extra health will give him quite a bit to work with. Good big leap onto Kiosko as he tries to camo out of there, and Kiosko hasn't trapped a freezing trap yet. Steel trap down. Sojiro probably knows that it's going to be steel trap. Blade Stormer towards Kiosko. Any traps, he's going to be able to immune them. And you should know there's only freezing trap waiting for Kiosko. Next he sees most likely going to be freezing. Better area of effect for it. Kiosko getting those procs. Leap for the Warrior. Does get on top of Kiosko with a banner to follow. There's going to be a freezing trap stopping him. If only he had a Reflect. There's only way you do it. The only way you deal with that Reflect there, with that trap, is if you randomly Reflect and just hope for the best. Big leap. Dude connects back with Kiosko. Next up with a Hunter. Should give him enough survivability here. Does get a slow into Sojiro. And also a steel trap as Sojiro does lose the banner, but Enrage Regeneration's back up for this Warrior. He has a way to survive this next go. Some Sojiro does go for Enrage Regeneration, does not want to play with his own health bar at all. Kiosko leaping away, but the root, that's going to be a charge, rooting him in place, keeping him in place. And Kiosko looking to get away completely as the Warrior's put back on ice. Charge towards Kiosko, Reflect up really early, but the steel trap separates those two. So now Kiosko is aware that you just reflected. He doesn't have anything for a freezing trap. I can control this Warrior for a little bit longer. Next stun by Kiosko could be really bad for Sojiro, but Sojiro got himself wrecked. That's going to be that chimeric poison coursing through his veins, reducing the healing and the damage to Sojiro for a bit, but he can't even connect to the Hunter anyway. So it's not like it matters. Using whatever wreck he has in order to maybe get some damage towards that pet. Trying to go for a bit of Reflect. Definitely not going to be a freezing trap anytime soon. Blaze up to follow as Sojiro trying to keep himself immune from any slows. Steel trap around the corner. But Sojiro does convert a lot of that rage into ignore pain, reducing some of the damage he's taking, offsetting into this rage-filled shield. Manic bandage out by Kiosko. Sojiro at no health whatsoever. Does even rage regen, but only if he survives the 20% damage reduction. Does get a heal off of the pet. Needs himself yet another heal in order to survive this though. Does get himself yet another heal. He needs even more healing right now. As much healing as possible. Fear onto Kiosko. As Yujiro backing up out of there, trying to go for first aid, but the dots are going to keep taking on him. Kill shots are just puncturing right through this warrior's armor. Kioska does end up taking him out, diving into camo immediately before he engages with the next competitor. And it's going to be Neophyte. I haven't seen Neophyte in a while, but Windwalker still playing Necrolord. I do wonder, because the Guildian Mind said, at least for PvE purposes, that Necrolord Monk is dead. Chat, is Necrolord Monk dead? Like, is he serious? Or is it just an overreaction? That's what I want to know. Because you know how things go. Somebody gets nerfed, it's like, oh, it's the end of the world. You know how it is sometimes. Oh, my class got nerfed slightly, end of the world, unplayable. But then it's like, in the end, it's still got numbers behind it. Neophyte getting blasted out by those kill shots. Kioska trying to make sure he's cutting him quite a bit. That Chimeric is going to be coursing through Neophyte's veins. He's going to be reducing the damage he does, as well as the healing he can do to himself. Kioska still taking a bit of a beating, though, as Neophyte goes up in the air with that whirling dragon punch. Zoen still on Kioska. Looks like Kioska just trying to see if he might be able to lay a bunch of traps for Neophyte to get him out of there. Verifies on Neophyte. Decides he's going to back up for a second. Tried to flesh cut, could be an intro by Kioska. Does land it, burning through whatever that flesh cut was building up with a single kill shot. Freeze the trap onto Neophyte. As Kioska going for that Manic Banish. Neophyte still holding on to defensive. He got himself Karma. He got himself Diffuse Magic. So he at least has himself plenty of ways to deal with the damage from Kioska, since quite a bit of Kioska's damage is actually magical. Ring of Peace pooping about while he's a turtle, unable to go anywhere. So Neophyte does disrupt some of that movement. Reconnects back with a hunter immediately. Lex Sweep to follow him. Kioska is going to take big BDB unless he can disengage. Does get away from Neophyte. Neophyte is super low. It's going to be a grenade. Fist of Fury for the pet. Trying to heal. Oh, but the pet's turning around onto Kioska. Kioska thought he had Neophyte. He had his pet over there. But Neophyte had 2 of the Storm, Earth, and Fire images on him. And those things did enough damage to finish him off. With Silent going to be up next as a Demonology Warlock, also a Necrolord, as Neophyte does end up claiming a kill versus Kioska. I didn't even realize, I also thought Neophyte was going to die. I thought, like, oh, his health is low. But look what he's doing again. He's also setting images back and Silent and just making him spin. Just letting him get whatever damage procs, working down the Fleshcraft shield, and I think was able to, unless, oh, I guess maybe he was able to work down the Fleshcraft shield the whole time. I guess there's that. Neophyte is going to be chilling behind the pillar. Does have Karma coming back very, very soon. No images for a while with Storm, Earth, and Fire. Zoen is available very, very soon. And Salim is actually going to get a jab onto the pet. I wonder if he's going to try to focus down the Felguard. Going to be a trinket for Silent. Get him up, pets out. Neophyte getting hit with a stun. There's going to be a second stun as to try to get a Tyrant while Wall is up. Neophyte with a Diffuse Magic. Trying to reduce as much of the magic damage he's taking, but also ports away from the Tyrant, so he's not really afraid of that Tyrant right now. But as the Diffuse Magic's down, definitely should get an interrupt on Tyrant. Looks like he was able to spearhand strike to jab him out. But the pets are still rampaging right through him. Karma reversing damage back into Silent. But Silent has himself big oh, wait a second. Next, Demon Bolt could be massive. Silent has himself huge setup. Flesh cut up right now. Does Silent get interrupted? Interrupt with the Demon Bolt 1. Demon Bolt 2. Next one is going to be dead. I think the pets just got him. And cap onto the outside pet. Kevin, oh, Kevin Slime just spatting him from the side. Oh no, Kevin. But Alexia by, oh, from one monkey to the next. Silent is just gonna get blasted out with that BDB. Has support ready, trying to get a slow versus Duel. Wait, what is his name? Duelny Cho, I don't know what that is. But Duel, we'll call him Duel maybe? No, Duel. Duel gonna be next with a quick touch of death. Didn't even give the Warlock, the monk, an opportunity to recover at all. What's your Mog looking like? Oh, you got that, oh, never mind. It looked like he had the rogue set. Oh, that's actually kind of a cool Mog. Wait, it's actually kind of unique looking. The shoulders, the helm, the carrion parts. That actually looks kind of good. What the? Interesting. Ursol's to keep him in place as Alonia is still playing that Necrolord, and Duel is just melting to the dots. In cap, he's just trying to see if he can get by. Alonia is still melting to those dots. Even went for 4 brew, but his health is still in jeopardy. Karma might have to come out a lot earlier against the Feral Druid, trying to see if he can Fist of Fury to parry up a lot of the damage. Alonia is setting up the bleeds. As soon as that Karma is over, Duel goes back to taking a ton of damage. Unless he has another way to deal with it, Diffuse Magic ain't gonna stop these bleeds though. And Alonia trying to keep the pressure rolling. Thorns is up, so Duel at least has Diffuse Magic for it. Big BDB down. Duel better get himself as much self-healing as possible. Let me Flesh Cut Skull Bash by Alonia. And Nate's trying to reverse some damage back to Alonia. No more wall for the Feral. Fist of Fury looking. Oh, Fist of Fury locked him down with a Whirling Dragon Punch, giving him just enough damage inside of that BDB to make the damage work. and M. Lati Mudan. Lati. Lati? Is that what we call you? Getting hit with a disarm, hand of freedom available. Shield of Innocence up. Trinkets out of that incap stun, as he's just not dealing with Duel at all. Lottie taking him out pretty quickly. Archie rolling in as a Necrolord. Necrolord works really well with double Lego, so I wonder how Archie does. Without it, oh, big zaps immediately. Bop. Oh, Lottie, my guy. Oh my goodness, Ellie Blast just absolutely decimated him. At least he got himself as much survivability as he can. Definitely needs him a Word of Glories. Eye for an eye, maybe a little late. Still surviving somehow. But Archie, next lap. Oh no, that Ellie Blast. My goodness. I appreciate the bravado, but damn. Yo, Monks are doing pretty good so far, I can see. I mean, Duel did pretty good there, didn't he? That was a nice lockdown with the Fisty Fury, Whirling Dragon Punch. Not bad at all. Yo, boys, let's get another group up and running. Yeah, let's get another group going, boys.